Pickle, let's go to the hotline. Got another big-time guest. Let's go south to Rockport to talk with the head coach of the Rockport-Fulton Pirates. It's Coach Jay Seibert joining us. Coach, we certainly appreciate your time. The question I've been asking everybody as they've hopped on with us is, can we get your initial reaction to when you found out you were drawn into your district?
I guess I was excited. You're nervous when you come down there, and then really any scenario that people put out there, they were all tough, and but it kind of puts us back in the old district that we were in before the hurricane hit Rockport. We're back with Lavernia and Beeville and Pleasanton. That's my first 4 years in Rockport. That was kind of the base of our district. I guess it's just Port Lavaca will be in there as well, but we're excited. It's teams we played quite a few times in the last few years, so it'll be a good district, and we're looking forward to it.
You mentioned the the hurricane and kind of the population drop that happened there in Rockport. It's obviously the city's been rebuilt. It's gorgeous down there. I am interested in how you've maybe seen this. You've been there for a lot. I'm interested in how you've seen this program change over the course of your tenure there.
Well, probably the biggest change in the last 8 years is. Our fans and our kids, they expect to win. They expect to compete for a district championship, and they expect to. They're upset if we're not playing on Thanksgiving holidays. So, and before, they were just kind of happy to compete, and it's their standard of what we expect is to win. And the hurricane knocked us back a little bit, but the core of the community stayed there, and our kids were there, and we played 4A Division II for the last 4 years, and we're back to Division I, and it's probably the size of our town, the school. It's where we belong, and we're happy to be there.
You talked a little bit about the standard, 10-2 in 2021, first 10-win season since 2000. What was so special about last year?
We had a great group of seniors. We just kind of all came together, and we played really well, and we were able to, our offense put up some big numbers, and we played solid defense, and we got tons of turnovers, and we had a bunch of big games. We were upset, we fell out in the second round to Cuero, but they were a really good football team, and I wish we could have played someone else. That doesn't work that way. You got to play, and but they were a good team. But it was a great year. Anytime you get 10 wins, it wasn't. In the last 8 years, we've been to the second round of the playoffs or further. Every year. So it's like I said, it's kind of expectation. That's where we belong, and our kids are working their tail off to make sure we stay there.
We've talked with a couple of coaches here today, and we've kind of asked them. We know it's busy for you guys. Can you kind of walk for folks who are listening? What is today like? What has the last hour and 20 minutes of your life been like before you got on and talked with us Yahoos?
Well, you're nervous because it is our livelihood, and they can put you in a district where it hurts your livelihood. But so you're nervous about, and the anticipation is fun, and you're in there with a group of 50 coaches that are all just as nervous as you, and then as soon as it's out, everyone's scrambling trying to fill their preseason schedule, and it's like an auction. People are, I got 4, I got week 3, and a couple people say they have a week 4, and you say you have a week 4, and you look at them, you think, I don't really want to play you. So sometimes so you have to figure out and close out fast, because if you get stuck if it's noon today and you still have some openings, it becomes very hard to fill those preseason games, and you really don't want to travel across the state. So that's the crazy part is the preseason. The district you really can't do nothing about. When you get that, you get that. But the preseason games are the ones that, it feels like you're kind of you're like hustling to make sure you get good games, and we don't have to travel, too far, and you set up before you're ready for district. You don't want to have an easy schedule. You don't want to have a really hard one. You want one that's competitive, that gets your kids ready for district.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned the size of the district. We talked a little bit about this, but you guys land in a 6-team district, so 5 district games. Is there an ideal number of teams you'd like in your district, or is it just kind of whatever we get, we'll fill out the schedule regardless?
Well, I love when there's an 8-team district. I like playing 3 preseason games and then getting into the battle. And sometimes when you're in these 5 and 6-team districts, it's quite a lot. It's a lot of preseason games, and it kind of, there's, we did it 3 and 4 years ago where we were in a 6-team district, and you play those 5 preseason games, and yes, your kids want to win, you want to win, but you're also, by that point, you're ready to go, and you're ready to play meaningful games that, that control your destiny a little bit.
And finally, Coach, you mentioned this off the top, but you are you're kind of reviving some rivalries. Beeville Jones, the program you've got a lot of history with. Calhoun, you've played in the past, Pleasanton, teams like that. I'm interested from your perspective. I know kids will get fired up for seeing teams like that, but from your perspective, how do you feel about getting in a district with teams you're familiar with?
Yeah, I'm good friends with Coach Liska at Pleasanton. I'm good friends with Coach Whitaker at Fort Lavaca. That'll be good. Those will be some fun games. We played Lavernia 6 times. My first 6 years, we played them 6 times. In that span, and so that was always it was a competitive game, and they probably got the better of us in those 6 years, but kind of need to fire back and win some of those. But it should be a great district, and and Coach Sosa at Beeville is he's in the same coaching family as me, kind of. So it's someone I kind of look up to, and anytime you get the chance to play someone that kind of in your coaching tree, it's always exciting because you want to beat them. So it makes it a good time.
Finally, Coach, we know there's one on every staff. There's one realignment dork on every staff who goes and they've got the maps and they've got the pins and they've got the spreadsheets and things like that. Who is the one on your staff that is who's got the microscope out and is trying to plot out what the district alignment's going to look like?
Well, my offensive coordinator, Coach Gutton, and he doesn't really do it with a map. He has like a notebook that he scribbles all in. He writes all this stuff up, and he was wrong.
Perfect. He's Jay Seibert. He's the head coach of the Rockport-Fulton Pirates, drawn in District 15 4A Division I. Coach, we really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for hopping on with us on a hectic morning, and we look forward to seeing your Pirates in the fall.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. There he goes, Jay Seibert, head coach, Rockport-Fulton. Hey, thanks for watching this clip here on YouTube. If you like this kind of stuff and you want more of it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, you can watch us live every weekday at noon at TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, or here on YouTube. And if you want more of the best coverage of football in the state of Texas, check out TexasFootball.com and become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider at TexasFootball.com/subscribe.